I'm holding court, you standing trial. Why ain't I see you around?
What's your opinion on your siblings? You know what I'm saying? That because I see,
Yeah.
beef with Ebie and with Ree. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And the only
yeah.
reason I'm asking because it's out there. So
Yeah, no, it
you know what I
definitely
mean.
is.
So
That's why I tell people,
what's
I was
your
like, hey,
opinion, bro, on that? Like how they can fix that? What are they beefing over? You know what I mean?
um, yeah, it's crazy. You got one little sister of mine, which is Erin EB,
Mm-hmm.
that feels like she was young, she was very young, but she's the core of the kids that grew up with my father. Even despite how young she was at the time, I think she was only 2 or 3 years old when he passed, and but she comes up with that core of us that grew up together when he used to keep us together,
Mm-hmm.
and she feels like when an individual comes in and it's different, it's devastating, but I know you can understand it because we had a conversation off
Yes, absolutely.
air. But when you do not know that sibling and you find out you have other siblings, and then that sibling sitting here and feels like they take on the heat of like they're going to represent a legacy, and so you have EB who feels like you have no right to do that. You feel me? It's a protocol to this. You didn't go through the pain of us. You don't know anybody. You don't, this, that, and the other, which is honestly all the way true in some extent.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's just she goes at it harsh and hard.
Right.
And then you have Ree who you feel like sad for because of the fact of damn, all this time you was thinking somebody else was your father possibly.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying? And then look at the life you went through and didn't have the siblings that all these of us over here in
Right.
California that you don't know too much about. You know what I
Right.
mean? It didn't have. So it's like,
Right.
I mean, when she came and she did the test, she passed the flying colors. Like, she's our, she's our sister.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's young, so she takes a rampant to doing things and feeling like she's obligated to do things that, a lot of us might sit here and say, okay, tone it down. But at the same time, just generally, we still gonna give that love because she's
Right.
went through a lot of hardship. Maybe not dealing with not having a father, knowing her father is, but
Yeah.
a lot of just street shit. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
For sure.
hurtful shit you don't want a girl to go
Yeah.
through. You feel
She
what I'm
from
saying?
the A.
Yeah,
Okay.
She's from I believe Decatur. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So she went through a lot of hurt, painful things. You feel what I'm saying? A street life of
Yeah.
individuals abusing and everything like that. And the other, and didn't have some siblings, but didn't have a core. Her
Yeah.
being the oldest, I believe, in her side,
Yeah.
and having a core of the ones that she has over here that are older. So
Yeah.
you kind of feel for that. So that's all I want EB to understand is like, it's still our sister. You know what I mean? Let's
At the
just
end of the
maybe
day,
kind
it
of,
is.
let's just check her on a few things that she doesn't have to do or slow down on doing.
Have they talked? Have they tried to talk?
Talk in a sensible manner, maybe try, and it don't go nowhere. You know what I
Wow.
mean? So you know what I mean.
You as big bro, have you tried to like? I'm sure you tried
Well,
to
me and Evie
mediate.
don't see too much eye to eye. You feel what I'm
Oh,
saying?
okay, I
So
see, I
me
see.
trying to get that together
see,
would not be the point.
I got
And
you.
she feels like I protect her, Ree, in a situation when they had a little problem at the movie scene.
Yeah.
So my sister, which is my full sister Erica, we have the same mom and dad.
Yeah.
It's kind of mediator with that, but it got to the point to where it gets a little hectic for her because Evie is just kind of on her own thought process.
Yeah.
Evie kind of, I feel like, is influenced a lot by her mother, and then you ask yourself, it's like, hey, you're influenced a lot by one of the baby mamas.
Tracy.
Yeah, one of the baby mamas. You know what I mean? Like, one of the baby mamas. In that sense, it sounds bad, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like if we was gonna do a story on my father and you said, hey, we're gonna pick between his kids and the baby mamas or this, that, and the other. And then it came down to baby mamas. That's gonna be kind of hard. Like,
Yeah.
what's your baby mama? And we're gonna get a thorough story. You know,
Yeah.
understand? Oh, he wanted me.
Yeah.
He wanted to love me. He loved
Yeah,
me. He wanted to marry me.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
it. I was the one who threw them in.
Yeah.
So that's how this life situation is going. When I
Damn.
say, hey, she's influenced by her mom, and
Yeah.
a kind of light way I would like to give it to her, like, hey. You know what I mean? Do you feel everything thoroughly that she says is the truth?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Why, you know what I mean? Because it's like, got to think.
Yeah.
We're grown now.
Yeah.
Some of us was just baby mamas.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of us was not.
Yeah.
Some of us was a piece of pussy. Some was a piece of pussy.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
and you went and planted a seed in that pussy, and you gonna do what you got to do rightfully as yours. You know what I mean? But honestly, you feel what I'm saying? A lot of them you didn't have a connection with. You feel me? You have a physical attraction, and it
Yeah.
went there. You feel
Got
what I'm
you.
saying?
Yeah, yeah,
You're
yeah.
talking about some things and personal things I know that I've seen my father go through, do, and say. You feel what I'm saying? To understand where a lot of these women lie to him. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Are with him. You know what I mean? So
Right.
let's just be real. You feel what I'm saying? My mom was with him and in love with him before the fame and everything came. You know what I mean? They
No
had two
talk.
kids and they took their parts and were doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then he was dealing with my sister's mom, Lisa, you know, my Sharon's mom, you see what I'm saying? Lisa, Linda, and she was always she's lived right in the neighborhood, around the corner. So I grew up unknowing her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Joyce was the next one. Joyce is like a stepmother to me, like
Yeah.
a real mother. My brother Derek,
Yeah.
Ree's mom. You know what I mean? She's in a lot of them videos. You feel what I'm saying? Real familiar, but she's from my neighborhood. It's
How
really
many
my
siblings? How many kids E got all together?
11.
Oh, damn.
11 baby
So-
mamas. You're gonna have to have me counting. But, so up until the ones that I know of, you feel what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
like I said, Tamika was around before my father passed away. You feel what I'm saying? And she's hosted plenty of holidays, you know, at her house with us when we were young, way before he passed away. So we know the
Yeah, you
process
know
of
her.
him being
Yeah.
with him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we know Tracy. We know the times that Tracy was around.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of turmoil when Tracy was around. I'm gonna keep it real. You know?
I heard a story that E basically busted on her. I heard the story that she pulled up over somewhere in Compton, I guess on some low key stalker shit, and he started busting on her.
Man. Yeah, I ain't gonna speak on that. So, he's a kid. You seen a lot. I seen a lot. So
Yeah.
I just tell, you know, I want to tell my sister as far as, you know what I
Mhm.
mean, just, you know, it's not to listen what other people say. It's
Yeah.
just let's grow up and sit here and have
Absolutely.
a different horizon on the things that you've been sit here
Yeah.
told and brought up on. That is our father, or how our father was, or what he felt on some things. You feel me? And
Mm-hmm.
that's just being real. But that conversation shouldn't have been had until she got of age. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And now when she got of age, she's already stuck in that mode of
Wow.
mommy's child.
Got you.
You know what
I
I mean?
got
Because
you.
again, at the same time, do you knock her though? Because that's the only, you know, parent that she has,
Yeah,
and
only influence.
only close family that she definitely has. Because you
Yeah.
know what I mean, it goes down to her mother's side of the family. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When you kind of shine yourself away from your daddy's side of the family, which is the biggest part of your family.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then your mother's side, you really have really close to slim none.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's a tough situation with Ebie, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when people ask me, it's like, hey, I love my sister to death. I love all my brothers and sisters, you know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
But you can't control them.
yeah,
They're
I
gonna be
cannot
who they
control it.
are.
I gotta,
yeah.
a lot of them have to.
And that's a
sit and
shame because probably together
We
y'all could
wow,
probably
what?
get so much shit done.
Done?
Yeah.
Seriously.
Together. Yeah.
And we tried that option, and it's really only one black sheep. It's
Damn.
Aaron, Ebie.
Wow. Well, hopefully, hey.
We would have her loose ends. I'm not gonna hold it. You know what I mean? Like I'm jumping on Aaron
Yeah.
and Ree. Aaron and me's situation is
Yeah.
off, and I grew up with Aaron.
Yeah.
She was young, but we grew up together.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Me and Ree, we didn't grow up together. We don't
Yeah.
we don't really too much
I
know
got
each
you.
other personally.
I got you.
Aaron, I know you. You know,
Yeah.
we know each other. Now you grew up to be a woman and live your ways with your thought process, and
Yeah.
she has a whole vendetta of what she expects that I should do, and
Mm-hmm.
things that she feels like why don't I do, and what do I allow to go do it? But it's just like, hey, baby, it's like I got kids of my own. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right.
I have to pertain to sit here and being a father of my own.
Yeah.
I know you're my sister, and I know I'm the big brother.
Yeah.
But your big brother, you know, do you know these nieces you got? I
Yeah.
got 4 of them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
it's
saying? They
bigger
close
than
to
that. Real
yeah. You
talk.
feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just a different change in life to where my sisters are not my aspect as my
Yeah.
children.
Yeah.
Y'all grown now.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And she's the youngest one with no kids. So it's a lot of things that she psychologically doesn't even understand as
Right.
far as in just responsibility and being a grown up.
Right. Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? This is us. You feel what I mean? We got kids of our own, and we
Yeah.
keep our kids tight knitted together
Yeah.
like we were.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You're the
right,
only
right.
one that feels like you can't come around, and for what reason?
Man.
You know?
Hey, every family has that level of dysfunction. No
Yeah.
matter what the economic backdrop is, no matter the last name, who's what.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hate y'all have to go through that, bro.
Yeah,
I pray
yeah.
for reconciliation, and
Oh, I definitely do. I definitely do. And
Yeah.
that's a yeah, God got to get in there.
Yeah, for sure.
With that. Even like you said, with what would take it with Ree and Ebie is God.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to sit here and reconsider.
And sometimes time too, because they're
Yeah.
young. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
They're young. So sometime when you get older, hopefully nothing happens before, because you know how that
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
And see you a man, and you
Yeah.
understand it. So
Hell
it's like
yeah.
nothing I want to sit here and the power of the tongue is strong.
Right.
But it gets to the point to where you get my drift.
Yeah.
To where
yeah.
I don't want something.
You don't want
situation
something to
come
happen.
To where now it's like that.
Yeah.
Why? Because that's what you've been relying on.
Yep.
And you
Yep.
don't want to sit
Think
here
you
and
have
that
time.
and that
Yeah.
relying on it is your world of
Mhm.
what they've created. You
Mhm.
feel what I'm saying? And then you don't want to sadly say, hey, is that the change that you think will come? You don't want it to be, but damn.
Mhm. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
It shouldn't
Why?
have to
'Cause you're
take
not-
that. It shouldn't have to take
You know
that.
what I mean?
You know what I mean?
And then a lot of times it'll be like, I wish Tracy would let her be a woman her own, and then she'll probably see this and call me and cuss me out. Or try to find a way to find me.
Yeah.
Or call me
they'd
and
be
say
in my inbox too.
and
so,
be and
fuck
be
you,
like,
nigga.
and all this, that, and the other about how you gonna say that, and I let
bitch
her
ass, buff ass punk.
I let her be her and herself like that. But you let her to an extent be herself when
Yeah.
you already created of what you wanted to create.
Yeah.
So now she's stuck with those motives of and tales that you have told. Tales.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? That you
Yeah.
have told. You feel what I mean? And that's just that. Like, if
Yeah.
you allow her to be her, if she comes sit down with her brothers and sisters and talk
Yeah.
by herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let her do that.
Yeah.
She's a
Hopefully
woman.
that happens, bro.
You know,
Hopefully that
you don't
happens.
need to bring mama in there and
Yeah.
you talking halfway through the conversation. We want to have because they're not dealing with Eazy's kids and the mama.
Yeah.
They're dealing with Eazy kids. So half the time, that's the mama that we got to still deal with
Think
when it
about
comes down to
all
her.
y'all grown, so all y'all can talk for yourself. Y'all grown
Come
as
on.
shit.
You know, man, come on.